Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Welcome to this is match one. I'm doing this again. This is the third time now I've streamed the opening match of an HCA or a seasonal. I don't know why that is, but I just realized as I'm kind of saying this, I'm doing it again. So I wanted to start off looking at the bracket here. But if you've ever watched any one of my streams before, you know I'm never doing this alone. So I'd like to introduce my co-casters with me here today. Both of them from Gary Busters Incorporated. First, Terry, how you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm pretty excited to be here, first time. So, yeah, keen for it to get started.
And also from GBI, her teammate Icon.
Hey everybody. Pretty like Terry said, very excited to be here. This is my first time officially casting, so should be good.
Well, welcome. We're looking here at the week one and the bracket as it continues on. And since we're the first match here, I just wanted to start kind of looking at how this is going to go. So you can kind of see, winners play winners, losers play losers, and then by week three, they start mixing up. This is a double elimination tournament, so you have to lose twice before you're out. After week four, I guess you could say the bosses enter the ring, and ESPT and WTH kind of start their tournament run a little bit later than the others, just to allow us mere mortals to play around in the sandbox a little bit, so to speak. But looking at week one here, a lot of interesting matchups, I think. But I want to ask you guys, just starting with Icon. I mean, is there anything in week one that you're really looking forward to, or that you think is going to be a good match, or a team that maybe you've seen around the scrim circuit that you're curious to see how they perform in a tournament?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously Zoo being the new sort of reformed refuse, bit of this, bit of that. It'd be good to see what they're like in a tournament setting. They've had a few scrims with some fairly good results. Um, so it'd be good. I reckon the Zoo Sin match is going to be very, very good because obviously Sin picked up a lot of the MS players, the machine soldiers, so who that have really bolstered their ranks and really made them quite a strong team, stronger than I think people are realizing, to be quite honest. But yeah, that'll be my matchup for the week is the Zoo Sim game.
Terry, what do you think?
I mean, personally, I'm pretty excited just for the first week of matchups because pretty much all of the matchups here are like equal and it's kind of, it could go either way for all of the matches here. I've put my predictions in, won't give them away, but I think it's going to be very, very even across the bracket.
Yeah, I think that's good, and credit to the organizers for. I mean, this is I think what people want. They want to see even matchups, and teams signing up kind of want to have a chance, to have a win, right? Eventually, the teams are going to distinguish themselves one way or another. That's just the way it is. So some teams have to lose, but early on, it's always good to get to have some really close matches, and I think we have that. But I agree with one of the matches. Icon pointed out Syndicate. And Zoo. I think are two teams that one of them underwent a name change and added some new players. Syndicate obviously added a lot of new players too, so it's going to be really interesting to see that match. I think that's two teams that are going to be stronger than we saw them in their last iteration. So they start off against each other, and then we'll see how they go during the tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to bring us over to where we are going to be in this match. You saw it on the bracket there, and now you see it on the top of the scoreboard here. We have the Eastern Group, Jaeger Group Alliance, which we're going to be on their side, the Axis in this match, against Fallschirmjäger, the Chinese team that's been around for a few tournaments now. Starting with Terry, what do you think of this match now that we're going to watch them fight over West Vierville and Omaha?
Well, I think that West Fairville is one of the most balanced points in Omaha. So I guess in that perspective, it's going to be a pretty good match because both teams have a very good chance to cap first. And I mean, potentially we might see some snipes. I'm not sure. But I think Fallschirmjäger are going to have a very good start. I feel like they've had a very good run in the last few months. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how that initial fight goes for them.
Icon, what do you think about these two teams matchup? Anything? Any thoughts in general?
Yeah, I think, like Terry alluded to, FJ have had some very good scrim results as of late, playing some really quality teams. Obviously, we've GBI with some friends have scrimmed them a couple of times, but they have been quite enjoyable to play against. EG I remember playing EG way back on Utah, and we were absolutely obliterated by the old EG. Um, and we feared them for so long, and it was quite a shame to see them sort of capitulate and become what they are now. But I hope a lot of their strong players are still there, and they can make this CIS team a very good one. I've only seen a few scrim results of theirs where they've won on Kursk, I think it was. So obviously not exactly a meta map, but we'll see.
So we are going to be here on West Veerville, which is what we're looking over right now. This is going to be kind of a common view you're going to see, or a common area you're going to see. We got the crossroads here at the center, the church, the north, the town going north from the intersection, the barns and multi-story mansion here at the top. What are some of the kind of key areas you think, especially early on, should we be looking for icon from these teams in the opener? Is the road kind of a good barometer to see maybe who's getting across the road? Is probably the one that's going to be winning, or is there some other kind of um, place that we should be
Teller.
looking? Yeah, tell, I guess
Yeah,
is a good way to say it.
the road is a very strong point. Obviously, that's where you're going to be getting your mediums generally. One, the heavy for the Allies sits behind the church, and the Panzer IV just sits up on the road behind a hedgerow there. A key play by most axis is to shove one Panzer II, the looks, whatever you want to call it, straight into the hard cap, and it's very, very hard to kill. So I can see that happening from the EG side. And obviously, that's a strong cap weight into that. If the Allies are able to kill that quickly and early, basically they have free reign to push in. Yeah, hard cap. Terry?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I would say even the south buildings, just south of where we are on the camera here, are really important as well. And you won't see any sort of recap without full control of those south buildings. So yeah, I think that'll be something to watch as well. But yeah, I agree straight away. There'll be light tanks in the middle of the screen here on both sides, and the control of the road will be the main point, the decider for the initial cap.
Recap is possible though. Obviously, there's a few attack vectors where a blueberry can get around. This sort of wheat field to the right of screen, although not rendering now, is there, and you can hide stuff in there. Um, and I have seen it being done by FJ, so they are well versed on doing it. So it'll be interesting to see.
I mean, it's kind of the beauty of this point, right? Is that it's not just the wheat field to the right there, but also the open fields to the left. So both teams are at somewhat of an equal disadvantage. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I feel like both teams will give a very good crack at that front door push, like sending the tanks in. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see it.
It is a good point. You're right. It is a very good point.
All right, so I'm in control of the server today. I just got the confirmation from both teams. So give me one moment and we're going to start here. I'm going to make the map change. I just got to confirm the settings.
No worries. Well, we're going. We're live.
So yeah, so one of the things we could have talked about, and we can talk about this a little bit in the opener, was the new format. So you want to talk about how we come up with maps and midpoints real quick while I look up who I'm supposed to join here?
Yeah, well,
Um,
Terry, you did that today for us, so yeah.
yeah, I got to do that today. I must admit, I was somewhat, I guess, anxious or um, I guess worried about how the map bans would go in comparison to how we've always had it, where you would just ban, one map at a time. Instead, now you offer a map and you pick the layout, and then the team who sees the offer can choose to accept as either Axis or allies. So you are kind of incentivized to pick balanced caps because you don't want to risk, getting the wrong side of the coin. And
Yes.
yeah, sorry. I was going to say the the fact that you can pick these layouts now is such a cool evolution of like the competitive scene. And yeah, I think throughout the tournament we really will see like a few interesting maps, but I think also a lot more balanced maps, and that might lead to a lot more like competitive edge.
Yeah, so I pulled up the map here, and it'll fill up on the side. You're going to see the top kills and top deaths as the round goes on. But yeah, here we have a straight across the top point layout. Yeah, I mean, like Terry said, I think it's good overall for competitive balance and everything, and really to me like prep too, right? Like it used to be going into a match like this, all you would know is Omaha. So you had to prepare for West Veerville, you had to prepare for VSM, you had to prepare for artillery battery. And potentially in some cases, if it made a big difference, you'd have to prepare for artillery battery into Orchards, artillery battery into Church Road, and all the bullshit that goes with that. But now, you go into your week knowing it's going to be West Veerville, it's going to be rear battery, it's going to be Win 73, and so your prep is a lot more streamlined, and you don't have to really, go through all these different possibilities because you have some certainty that we never had before.
Yeah, totally agree. When games sort of hit, I say people say they become stagnant. That's when innovation happens. So teams will start innovating a lot more the more um, the points are known. You'll see snipes that have never been done before. They'll basically, instead of spreading your prep across three different points, like you said, maybe even more permeations of that, you can concentrate really heavily on one layout and dig right into that, sort of go through every sight line and stuff like that. So it'll be very interesting to see what teams come up with. Really, really will.
So I do kind of want to, I don't know how I can look at both sides at the same time. We'll go over here and look at the FJ trucks and kind of keep an eye in the distance. You can see the Eastern and Jaeger group trucks
See them
coming as
coming in
well.
now on the top of the screen there.
I don't see
Not
any
seeing any
racketeers.
initial snipes, yeah.
Some rocket snipes coming in on the out of bounds
Oh,
route, and they hit.
Oh,
There we go.
Good
great shot.
hit.
That is a really common way to get past those buildings. The out of bounds route, obviously, EGIJ knew about it.
Some incredible rocket snipes there from EG. Very good.
Really great.
And that's going to help them keep control of this north area. You can see there's no red anywhere up here. This Stewart that you see on map edge is going to be alone. With a strafe behind the lines.
It's absolutely nothing. EG in a very strong position here.
Yeah, already they're starting to push across the road, which is crucial for this cap. If they can just set up here and then shoot everyone coming in through the fields, they're in a good position.
We'll head down there in a second too, but I can see just FJ kind of pouring across the road in the south, which is off in the distance a little bit because the cap is swinging back and forth. It's not all in the EGJG hands yet.
I think I think it was last seasonal. This point went for like almost half an hour. It was 20 something minutes back and forth between a team. It was just like, yeah, back and forth over like 20 minutes. It was absolutely crazy.
Just like we talked about, both of the loops are west side of the cap, next to the buildings here. Very good position to be in.
The Stuart there. I think there was a Stuart North, which has just gone down too.
Both Stewarts were kind of in the north. Here's one. I just turned highlights on, so it should be easier to see. Then there's the Sherman. And like you said, it looked like a Stewart went down north. That was just a truck.
Just a truck. Yeah, just a truck, sorry.
So there is another Stewart lurking. And then we saw the two, was it both Luke's in the square? There's one in that courtyard.
One further south near Foxy there as well.
Ah, okay, there he is. And then the P4 is back here. So that's the tank roundup.
You were right about the cap going both ways here. Like FJ have made a very good effort to come back in here, pushing towards the road at the bottom of the screen.
We've got a lot of strength south on the dimension.
Yeah, and I'll just pull up the map real quick and we can see kind of what that is inside the soft cap sector. So that is kind of important. That are very good that they're making it through down there. They are in the sector, so they're counting. Not as much as those in the circle, obviously, but...
Just noticed on your map there, Wix, EGIJ have already got 2 SLs in the back line, starting to find those starter Garys from FJ, which is very good of them.
Yeah, we got a regular squad leader and a recon, although the recon just succumbed to something. I say that like he might have died of like emphysema. I'm pretty sure he got shot.
Scurvy, man.
Unfortunate. The diabetes caught up with him right as he was crossing the G line there. And that's the opening cap for Eastern Group and Jaeger Group. But we'll see. We'll check in. We'll give him about 30 seconds. We'll check the map and see what the reset looks like for Fallschirmjäger, because they you can just tell that they're in a strong position. As long as the OPs get down, they have a chance here to maybe put immediate pressure on this. Pull up the map real quick and see. I mean, we're not going to see their OPs, but you can see a very, very narrow. I mean, honestly, really, like you don't really see anything at church from our side here. Really, everybody just stacked in a straight line right through the soft cap.
It looks as though the commander's just being killed south near the church as well, so they're not able to set up that flank in like E6, F5, that area. It'd be a bit hard. Yeah,
let's take a look, because I want to see if FJ's down here. No, I mean, the church is completely empty, which is kind of surprising to me. Maybe it's just early on, but obviously you want to stack the cap, but at the same time, you gotta have some map control too, and I think the church is kind of a strong position even for West Veerville. I mean, is that right, or am I crazy?
No, you're definitely not crazy. We'll always have people at church, so obviously they're just either JG have pushed them out, and FJ haven't pushed that far yet, or they're, like you said, they're committing so far to that mansion. That they're just not existent at church yet. I did see their Panzer IV push into the point also, so whether he's still lurking in the point in that.
There's a Luke's.
Panzer IV. He went down.
Yeah, and it looks like the medium is still up, so I'm guessing that might have been the... Well, we missed a FJ player getting behind him, but I'm guessing it was the medium. Sherman on the American side. I mean, what is it like? I just for the audience's reference, I'm a tank. I play tank mostly, so I'm gonna ask. I mean, what is it like fighting across this road or in these buildings? Like, what are you trying to do as infantry to gain ground here through these buildings, through these walls and orchards and shit? What is it like here?
I mean, you're seeing it now. Satchel's going off every couple of seconds, trying to push up to this hedge line that you'll see Roach Bully and Uncle Cleek here. That's where all the line of OPs will be. So EGJG should be aiming to push all of the FJ guys straight out to the wheat field on the left hand of the screen. And for FJ, the same thing. As soon as you get to the mansion on the right hand side of the screen, you're sitting pretty. So that's the goal.
100%. It's Satchel walking pretty much all the way up the map. You want to just you'll see Satchels just go on for the next 5-10 minutes until some team is pushed out of an area. Satchel
Just
after
seen
Satchel
too.
after Satchel. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just has such a huge area of effect. Um, and it persists after you. Well, a whole squad just died to the left there. Virus Coman just took out a whole squad there.
FJ's
Bombing
starting a
run.
cap now here, mainly from the south side and from the church.
EJ, EJG, however you want to say it. Bombing run didn't really have any effect. It really just sort of, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like just maybe a little bit of cap wave falling inside the hard cap to FJ. Maybe that's making the difference right now because it looks like it's kind of status quo in the way north and the way south, but you saw the medium is leaked in here, and you're starting to get some FJ guys across the road. So hard cap to me looks like the difference right now.
100%. Yeah. Obviously, we'll see the heavies starting to roll in around about now. They'll be trying to make their way up the hill for the Allies and down the road for the Tiger. Well, there's the first heavy. There you go.
Medium in the cap makes all the difference here. They're still capping just off a few bodies in the hard cap, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like we see some somewhat of a response. I'm guessing this is the Gary back here, where we saw these guys come in. Or I'm crazy.
Both heavies are on the field. Tiger was up the top left, right at the top as well. Coming into the point. There he is at the back there.
Another P4 as well. Has it been
Yeah.
5 minutes already?
Yeah.
And the Tiger's sitting back here.
That's a classic Tiger spot, that one.
Not gonna help him here though. FJ recaps pretty quickly off the back of a strong center. Like I said, I mean the north and the south, it's pretty status quo. I think it's what it's been. Some FJ across the road in the south. Basically, the road is still the dividing line in the north, but they got a little extra weight in the center, and that's enough.
Something that always impressed me about these Chinese teams is how strongly they're able to shift W. And you're seeing that now. They've just taken the cap, and you can see everyone absolutely running to the left-hand side of the screen, trying to take up as much real estate as possible while JG are getting their OPs back up.
We do have some enemy people behind, though. Limo and Mash there for EG, so no
Is there an
squad leaders, though.
outpost that has gone up since the cap went down? You better check the map for a moment.
Ah, yeah, Able squad.
A bit concerning that there's not a Gary yet in D5. That might cause a bit of a problem for EGJG.
Yeah, we're gonna come off this map, and I'll take a swing to see what FJ might have going on in the back line here. But yeah, this OP behind could be a pain. let's do a quick swing over here. There is an infantry mark back here by the commander, and yeah, there is a squad already getting ready to pressure rear battery. Maybe they're going to go look for some garrisons first.
This is a bit concerning here, having at least 3 squad leader here in the back line.
Yeah, I mean, this is the commander put the infantry mark down. We'll check on what's going on with that rocket, but you know what you like to see maybe is a recon spotter come back and flare and find out how big of an issue this really is. Who's our rocket man back here? Did they redeploy already? Obviously had some kind of. There's another P4 right here too, so that's the default spawn. We just saw one driving into cap.
We're seeing a recap now too.
Yeah,
must
sorry.
be a lot of bodies.
That Able squad is really putting some pressure on the back lines here. They've put the tank, their 76 has got damage. So.
I mean, it's kind of interesting though. You saw they spawned obviously a P4 here.
Correct.
Because they have the one, and we were kind of right to think that came out early. Maybe that's part of it, is to say, you know, we're going to go for some early armor superiority with the extra medium. But and they just drove it right into the cap here. The Tiger's still back on that Wheatfield hedge line. I'm not sure how effective he's going to be back there.
Some big storm wave.
Yeah, we had a. Is that just an OP, or where's the garrison at?
Yeah,
it must have just been a full OP.
Thought it might have been a garrison, but the EG player on the right here might have rocketed, or yeah, it was quite a big storm wave that went down very quickly.
Is the second 76?
Oh, and it looks like the commander probably has identified the location of this OP back here. So maybe just a matter of time before they clean that up. It is going back and forth currently. FJ is decapping.
Another rocket just in the 76. 76 down to a rocketeer.
Huge.
Very big play.
There should be another one. Yeah, we can already see the next one coming here. I think the medium's still roaming about, or is the medium down? Medium is gone.
Yeah. So that's 2 Tigers, obviously. Oh, the Panzer 4 and Tiger, and P2.
Yeah, there's a Luke still there, still fully crewed.
At the start of Luke's.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, he's been there the whole game.
What a play by that Luke's, the little Luke's that could.
Probably has like 3 kills. I'm not saying that as like an indictment. No, I'm not saying that as an indictment of the crew, but like the Luke's is kind of useless. I mean, it's hard to get kills with that thing. I mean, they probably have more than 4. I'm joking, of course, but you don't usually get a lot of kills with them. You just kind of hope that you can be some cap weight. I think FJ's kind of got this under control a little bit now.
They have 13 kills.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad, but I mean, we're 20 minutes. I mean, they're gonna look to trade that up pretty soon.
I would think so, yeah. Well, some pretty aggressive cap pressure here. 3/4 done. And that
more incredibly back and forth between these two teams. It's very impressive. Both have like one has control of the south completely, and the other has complete control of the north, but it's balancing itself out quite well. Defending, attacking. Yeah, it's very dicey.
I'd hate to be playing this game. So much swapping. I never know whether to pick up your OP or hold your OP, put your OP down. Oh, we got the cap.
Balancing on a knife's edge at the moment, like 95% capped.
Heavy 76 on the crossroads down the back there. Looks like the Tiger has moved location. He's come away from his hedge. Just don't know where to. Can't spot him yet.
Oh, here he is.
Hey, he's pushing to the hard cap.
Yeah, I was trying to fix something with my scoreboard, so I was going away for a second every now and then. That's why you hear the sound drop off a little bit, and I think I got that looking a little better now, so full focus on the match now. It's been a good one. I mean, we already saw a recap early on. It's been a real tight one so far.
Got a default Stuart just being used up to. I would love to see that Stuart go on a little run around the back there to clear some OPs, maybe even north. That's what Stuarts are great for. He's obviously
about to see the 76 engage the Tiger. Maybe if you can see him through the smoke.
Look at this Stuart here.
Oh, he knows. He knows. Hit.
Yeah, the smoke cleared just enough. The Tiger should be able to get to cover.
Hit each. Let's go. Nope, no second shots. We're going to reverse back and we're going to repair, and then we're going to do it all again.
Some rockets coming in. One of those was a flare. I want to see if we see any of those long-range rockets coming in. I'm curious what they're shooting at. We saw the one come out of HQ a little earlier.
Yeah, it was weird, that one.
And then we didn't see who sent it. I think he just redeployed immediately. Check the map real quick and see what EGIJ have going on. Still no garrison down here in D5. I don't know if that's just not a priority or if it's going down for some reason. But that seems like an obvious place to have one right in that cluster of buildings or somewhere near there. What we can see again as we have kind of the whole game, they're tightly packed, through the soft cap, and not any further. So they're not really interested in playing a wider map. They do have some people kind of on the wide side down here, red zone garrison, some recon going back, but really, really tight to the hard cap, and in the soft cap really too.
Yeah, obviously they're worried about the back and forth of this game. They don't want to sort of try and put pressure on the point until it's definitely cleared out. Interesting to see that N squad is a recon squad being used in a forward position. Unlike most sort of teams, they use the recon as basically a flare tool. Let's be honest. Wonder what he's doing down the back there.
Yeah, he hasn't really gotten back very far. I mean, one of the benefits of that recon is you can build the OP back further than any infantry squads, but he hasn't really been able to get back too far. I did want to check on the FJ backline shenanigans. And it looks like they still have the squad leader up.
Bit of a rogue SL on the run here on the 5th cap.
And he'll be looking to come all the way down.
We'll make sure we come back to check on him. We do have some cap progress coming in.
Been down for a long time, that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that role too, and sometimes you just take your time and go the long, long, long way. But they'll be hunting him. They'll be looking for him.
Not a lot of cap weight for EG in the points. It is very much red dominated here.
They're doing a very good job of holding the road, though. They have managed to keep the bottom of the screen here up for the last 20 minutes, which is a big job.
I think we have another tank fight.
This is the 76 and it's the Tiger.
Tiger's blasting off.
Yeah, I think
The people are still over.
Tiger's just shooting infantry, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Just splashing the buildings.
You can see the FJ garrison right below us here. Panzer IV still alive in there. Getting good value out of that.
Panzer II finally went down. The Panzer II that could.
Yeah, I wonder where did... Oh, he died right in the point, so...
Yeah.
No fun run for them.
No. Is that another default Panzer IV, or is that the Tiger up top there?
This bombing run's going to go right by the Gary. That should get it.
It was a good hit. Very good call out by whoever spotted that.
Yep, the Gary is gone. Really nobody in position currently to rebuild it, although we have an OP back here that should be capable. See if they have supplies already in position or what. So we have German already landing at the church. It looks like the Allied Arty's landing up here.
I think Axis is about to move their Arty. He keeps pinging into the main point now. We've got 2 Panzer IVs in the hard cap for EGIJ.
Oh, 76 found an angle on the Tiger through all that shit.
Well, that's a good angle.
I'm not sure if he can hit very much, though, because of this wall right here.
Yeah, that was a massive wreck on that one. That's a good shot even to get a ricochet on it. Damn.
One of the walls in Omaha are kind of awkwardly, like the height is kind of awkward, where in some cases you can see, but you can't hit. In some cases you can see and hit. Here comes a precision. Just missing the repairing Tiger.
Very unlucky. It was very close.
You got a repair station.
Yeah, you can kind of see the angle it came in on. Just missed. I mean, yeah. Luck is the right way to put it. Let's be honest. We've seen precisions further than that kill a tank.
Yeah, we have.
You never know.
This game has some unscripted RNG elements for sure.
We haven't mentioned
that Gary never went back up.
No,
JG have now more than 50% capped.
Yeah, I was going to say we hadn't mentioned it yet, but yeah, here it is.
Such a back and forth match. I think that really it is this point, and it is this map. It really allows that to happen. Good attack vectors into each point, so you see that back and forth. And it's not something you can just sort of relax on. You have to sort of be active defending your area.
Yeah, one of the things about this point, if you cap as Axis, but the Allies don't get pushed out of, this area where we're looking at right here, and you can extend that north as well, then they're going to be, on top of you the whole time. At this point really won't be safe until you start to box out, of this area and west if you're the Axis, and the opposite on the opposite side. Once you start forcing them across these open fields, you can feel a little safer. Stuka goes in direct hit onto the 76.
Well done.
But
progress starts again with that kill.
Yeah, that's a hard cap position, so that's going to take 9 off the board on the FJ side. I'm not sure if a Gary went back up or where. I mean, it's going on a few minutes now. What are they doing here?
They're starting to get boxed out now on the west, at the north, top of your screen.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is where the garrison went up, because this is where their whole team is. They got a medium, and they just really cleared out the north side there. We can check the map. Yeah, no OPs.
Completely wiped.
That's rough.
And like you mentioned before, it's a straight open field to try and get back in. Hard cap is, we've only got 2 tanks holding for EG at the moment, which can't see them staying alive for much longer.
Yeah, once you get one part to go down, it's easier for the other ones, because now they're getting crossfired. And these 2 tanks, I mean, the P4, it's whatever. 76 is going to come maybe clean up both of these. The Tiger's not paying attention. He does go for the Tiger first, but the Panzer IV can hit his side there, and the Tiger could too, but they decide not to go for it there, or they weren't able to. Maybe loading HE or something, you never know. The Sherman's coming in now. The 76 finishes the Tiger.
Yep, two
So-
tanks down in as many seconds.
Wow, that was a that was a hell of a swing in about 2 minutes there. I mean, it went from cap progress for EGJG to FJ just wiping the whole point. They're basically not quite boxed out of the soft cap yet, but they're boxed out of the West Veerville building area in the north and the south.
And to get back in, let's be honest, is very, very difficult now. It is a matter of grinding and trying to take small bits of ground if you can.
I mean, this is what your north squad has to overcome is a wheat field that, you know, everybody can probably see through, and then an open field, which is basically the same thing. And then that's how you get back to the building. So I mean, we just said it. I mean, once you get boxed out of here, and it's difficult. The tanks get all these nice positions and these buildings to move up and down the road. Really, really strong position for FJ now.
And it was such a quick turn. What a quick swing.
Let's check in now since we're kind of at a turning
What
point.
about our friend at the top there, Mr. Longcon? Where's he?
I don't see him. He's been.
Looks like he's been found.
Yeah, he's been
Nowhere to be
found.
seen.
Oh, sad face.
Unlucky.
Another Tiger coming off the line.
You know, we see some defense back here. Rear battery. I mean, rear battery's not under threat.
It'll be
right
interesting
now.
to see if EGIJ shift some numbers. As you can see, they've only got 2 or 3 people just camping this open field down the bottom of the screen. They might be sending more numbers towards the south and trying to start that wrap.
Just as an OP spawns at the north here. Yeah, like you said, the effective movement of resources, as in people, is what wins. The better teams do that so much better. They'll hold with skeleton force to allow their overwhelming forces on a particular area.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah,
We can.
hear you
Have
now.
I been silent for a bit?
Yes.
Okay, I went to red signal on Discord for some reason, but I'm back now.
Can we just have a quick look at the church and just see what's going on down there?
You got Ninal down the church? No.
It's kind of like cooties to both teams. Neither team really wants to be taking a presence there for some reason. But you can see them now shifting across the open fields and meeting just north of it.
Yeah, the church not getting any play today. You see,
Let's make this.
this is far south as we've seen. Really, anybody playing. Is this a median? It's a Stewart.
This is a fun area to play and fight.
I don't mind it personally, but as Wick said earlier, the fences are kind of a weird height, so it does make for a difficult infantry play. And you're running through these orchards and you kind of have to crouch to be able to see ahead of you.
Yes, you're right.
It's nothing like the fences on Kharkov. Kharkov, it's like all you can see is their eyebrows and above, but they're shooting you still. The fences are like the perfect height where you can only see like the top of their head.
Yep. and some of them are bulletproof and some aren't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Omaha is, it's a unique map, I think, from a lot of, I mean, people could categorize it or try to categorize it as a quote unquote hedgerow map or a Normandy map or something, and put it in a basket with, maybe Utah SME, SMDM or something. But man, all these walls around, I think, make it play so much different. I don't know if infantry is the same way, but from a tank perspective, we're going to see a rare mid-game medium on medium fight here. Looks like the Sherman got the first shot. No, he didn't.
Good hit.
Good shooting. Good shooting. Drawn on the gun. But, these walls in areas, especially like this, kind of limit your movement as a tank in a lot of ways, and it's a lot different from the other maps in that respect. It makes it a little more complicated.
Seeing a lot of medium tanks being pushed out by EGIJ. I feel like that's maybe the fifth or sixth even medium that we've seen so far in the last half hour.
Yeah, I agree. They're definitely prioritizing them and actually spawning them in. Most teams just sort of run the defaults out and
Yeah, I haven't
spawn
been
heavies.
noticing how often it comes up kind of on the command line at the top, but we've definitely seen at least a couple spawned in so far, which is kind of a unique strategy. Maybe not unique, but not common.
Yeah, agreed.
A huge wave of red berries here now zerging towards the west.
Massive front line for FJ.
Yeah, they've really pushed out now from the hard cap. Starting to probably push out of the soft cap as well. Can we have a look at the map for a moment?
Yeah, we can. You can see the line has shifted from even a few minutes ago. It was basically on this hedge line and down. Now it's gone back about maybe 100 meters.
Still got a few SLs down south. 4 OPs.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I mean, I guess let's take a look. Fuck am I? Sorry. What
Wrong
are
way.
they?
Turn around.
Jesus Christ.
You're all good.
What are they doing down here? I mean, 4 OPs is a lot
Yeah, I agree.
when you only get 20 in a game. So what? They don't
It's a
appear
little
to
bit
be
of
going
defense
north.
here.
We got a rifleman. Like what is a rifleman doing back here exactly? Of all things, if you're gonna take anything, that's the last.
Yeah, you'd hope to be taking AT, right? And you'd want to be mining the roads and being a nuisance.
Some kind of utility, yeah. I mean, rifleman, you're not doing anything. Recon, coming to the cliff here. I mean, back here, like, yeah, you can spot maybe their tanks coming up. That's good. But like, these guys, they're out of the sector where they can build OPs. They're obviously not trying to get anything to Veerville because you could be going in here. Maybe that's what Prep's doing. I don't know, but
Looks like Prep is going for it, for sure. But yes, Nagat, King, kind of scoping out the situation.
I don't even know where the Terror Squad leader is. His OP's here.
This flare's a bit concerning that we just saw. The huge push from the south, trying to clear out this orange road. Yeah,
Holy.
that's a lot of red.
Whoa.
Well, if you want to go for a rear battery, I mean, it's from the south or it's crossing some fields. So
There's
maybe
You're right. Sorry, there's some key points that should have MGs on it. I'm just not seeing any MGs from EG, and obviously the MG42 being a pretty good gun, um, which is very weird. No rooftops.
Yeah,
I
a
see
lot.
an assault on a rooftop, which is
He knows what's up, that guy.
that should be an MG. It really should be an MG.
It's an assault with a Gewehr. He's got a lot of grenades though. He can drop from there. Strafing run.
I don't know why we use strafing runs. They are used.
You can look at the resources. Plenty of munitions on at least this side. Not a lot of. Oh, they just hit. Encourage. That's why.
Can we have a look at where FJ's heavies might be?
I know there's one up here without a TC. Going epic free gaming style. No TC. 2-man. Heavy.
He's probably doing some binocular.
Oh, here's another one in the town. And
So 2 heavies up.
it's got to be one south, right?
It was a medium earlier, but that got done. Yeah.
Yeah, the medium we watched die. They must have lost one recently because I would have expected them to have 3. Or maybe we just can't find them.
I just noticed both of FJ's flare guns have spawned south to deal with this, the couple of squad leads, which is a really good use of it. They'll be
Where's
clearing
that?
out those
Oh, over
EG
here.
flank OPs here. Yeah, the flare guns are coming out.
So you got MASH and yeah, I'm not going to put you that.
You can't read that icon?
No, I can't read Cyrillic yet. That's all right.
No, fair enough. I'm not brave enough to give it a go.
Yeah, so they have started to funnel north. Although you see Prep puts his OP down, it immediately goes hot, and then he dies. So obviously some, yeah.
Oh, might have saved it. No,
We did
OP
not save
went
it,
down.
unfortunately. Luckily, they have 2 more squad leaders back here.
Oh, there's the loud Panzer II. Do it. So there's another good MG position right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this point in the game that there's anything you're seeing from there.
That's true.
2 heavies have coupled up on the top.
Are we doing a double tap here? Is it
Potentially.
right?
Ooh, looks like we got an old school 2v2. There's not interested maybe.
Because doing some proning. Oh,
I'm not a tanker at all, so I don't really... I don't know if I have the patience for it, to be honest, but I know you are, Wix. How do you feel about this 2v2 situation? Waiting to sort of double tap each other and sort of back and forth gameplay for quite some time.
I mean, it's hard because it seems like one of them came up here specifically because they wanted to kind of eliminate one or both of these tigers. But now the tigers have completely moved on. So it's one of those shitty situations where they just spent 5 minutes coming up here for basically nothing. And, you know, the tank play gets criticized. Like, we're always trying to minimize shit like that. Like, you don't want your tanks doing nothing, sitting around, looking at hedges, waiting for guys. So, you know, ideally these guys will get into a position where they can, you know, shoot some infantry and have an impact on the game. And if the tigers come back, then you deal with them. I mean, I think that's how you want to look at it. You know, if they were able to get one of the tigers, then fine, it's worth it. But and the tigers left, and now this guy's driving unsupported into the middle of a wheat field. I have no idea why.
Always an interesting play when you stop in the middle of a wheat field, for sure. It's a very risky situation.
I think he's been tracked, so he's trying to get to some sort of cover so he can tap his. Oh no, he hasn't. What? That was weird. Then that was a weird play. I'm sorry.
He's got Eason trying to cover for him. I know he's a very good shot. Here we go. Makes one trade.
You might hear that Garrison on the other side of the field to a hedge too. It's gonna be hard to get across because there's an MG watching it, I think.
Another kill from Eason. Good job. Completely cleared the field out now.
I mean, he should probably, I mean, if he knows that Gary's there, just get up against the hedge, lock it, let the tank come forward and shoot it. Instead, you get 5 people spawn off it. And the tank's driving right into him. He satcheled it, okay. That's the other way you can do it.
Good play by him. That's completely clear now. Eason.
Yeah. Bugger me, he had the right idea the whole time.
Because we know that loadout
now
is
happening.
It was a bombing run by EGIJ. Here are the Tigers that left, 2 of them that left rear battery.
Oop.
Third one's still up. Third one's still up there.
Still don't know where that third 76 is though. If they've got one.
There's one. Here's one on the road.
Oh, there it is then.
And there's one. It's 2, and there's the adventurous one.
Yeah. Looks like these 2 Tigers south are trying to get an angle on these other tanks. Oh, go down from the road.
But it was not successful.
They did have infantry there, so then maybe they were thinking they could push with them, but... Oh, he's getting attacked from the north. Good hit.
But the tank went down just here. It's
Right
a pretty
shot.
crucial area as well. So that's a big kill.
Good shot for the FJ crew there.
And here we're going to see probably these 76s get active. You already see them moving.
Push the tanks in.
2 Tigers down. I mean, usually that's a sign that it's time to get shit done.
This Tiger at the top has been very static.
Yeah, you must be thinking he's got an angle on something. He doesn't. Or he missed it. But...
Oh.
He's also got 2 rep stations here that he's not playing off of. And he's about to... might back into where the 76 can see him.
He's got to know he's there, right?
They must have some information. Well, maybe... Oh, precision... Oh. I keep thinking they're precisions and they're tricking me with these strafing runs. A lot of strafing runs in this game.
Yeah. That 76 is pushing now. Both 76s are pushing. One down the road, one at the north here. We're going to have a tank fight here for sure. Oh.
This north to south road here is pretty much a hard cap as well. So they're getting very close.
Oop, there go the rep stations. Ooh, Tiger gets the first hit. That 76 has nowhere to go.
He's whiffed.
Ooh, he's able to back up. This is going to be... Ooh, Tiger doesn't want it. Probably a smart play. Man, he'd like to have those 2 rep stations.
Yes, they would come in handy right about now. FJ have complete soft cap control here. I think they've wrapped them. They've got the L shape on them as well. Seeing some cap pressure just from pure soft cap, so we know they've got quite a substantial amount of troops in the area. Still not a lot of MGs. Oh, as I say it, someone decides to go MG. Thank you.
Precision strike. It's got to be on one of these guys.
Oh,
A little bit off. We see a
a little
second,
bit.
76 pushing.
second Tiger has moved up. Prepared either, which is kind of crazy to me. Ooh, the rocket!
Oh, rocket
Good
from
hit.
Fear. What a shot.
Good shot over the hay bale as well.
Timely.
Nice work.
Timely and impressive. Maybe saves the Tiger there, because the Tiger's still damaged. Although, obviously, the 76 was one hit, too, so I'm not sure why they decided to peak like that, exactly. Maybe, well, now I'm thinking maybe the P-Strike, maybe they got a call out that it was damaged by the P-Strike, or they were thinking it was damaged, or they'd be distracted by it, I don't know.
They are using some rockets in a weird ways, this FJ team. As soon as they see, must be a mark on their screen that multiple rockets are coming from all different directions. Ah, for MG, there you go.
Make you happy, Icon. It's a good spot.
It is a very good spot, but he's bleeding out. You might need to attend to your wounds.
Oh,
Unlucky.
well,
Unruggy.
just not attending to that wound. Cap progress coming in. 76 has moved into the...
Where's the garrison for EGIJ here?
It's right on the
behind the cap.
backside. Just
And
locked.
Oh, and it's locked.
Oil just locked it. Or, sorry, QJL.
Oil's
He
dead.
went
Open
down.
again.
So it is open. They have a medium. There is another Tiger now. I did see it earlier down here now.
Yes.
But he's got a support
He's
running at him.
grounded.
He's spooked. Let's see if he can get baited.
The support player is using him as a cover.
That was a good play.
Was.
Narrowly avoids getting run over.
Oh, oh, oh.
They're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Looks like the Panther 4 just went down. Still got a Tiger on the hard cap
Yeah,
though.
there's a Tiger here. The 76 on hard cap got killed. We didn't see that one. There is still one back here. So of the three that made the push, there's one left here.
Hitting the rooftops rafters in the Bunnings, as everyone knows it.
Usually a free way to get a garrison, but they're smarter than that on the backside.
Yep.
37 minutes left here. I mean, just to kind of hit the what we saw here. I mean, it was EGIJ cap first, partially off the back of a rocket snipe on the north truck, and then we saw that midpoint go back and forth a little bit. But since then, maybe over the last just front door push, just force pushed all the way to the front door of rear battery right now, straight across the top of the map.
Yeah, Terry said at the start of the match, FJ and most China teams are very, very good at W keying or just pushing an advantage and pushing an area and unrelenting push. And they've really done this in the north here. I can see some of the squad leaders that were trying to do some backline shenanigans on FJ have now come in and try and protect this fourth cap. Bombing run going over it. This will get the Gary. Yep, it's gone.
Gary goes down. Yep.
And the
FJ
rep
can make a
stations.
push here from the squad lead at the building in point. It might be a bit of trouble here for EGIJ.
Two OPs still near the hard cap that can support getting that garrison rebuilt. But that's, I mean, if they don't, their nearest garrison is back here on Beaumont. So they're kind of in trouble there. That was the one garrison they had. You see the supply drop coming in.
Just near map there, we're seeing a start of a bonsai, I believe, from the GAT squad. Interesting to see.
Oh, there
how
he
that plays
is.
out. Full Metal.
That's the weak field I talked about.
Look, there is enemy that will block that if he doesn't kill him.
We can just stay very quiet. No,
Oh, that was
Oh, what?
absolute worst
Unfortunate.
case. Gave away his position
Very
and didn't get the
unfortunate.
kill. You got to get it Full Metal. There you go. He got it at least.
They've
But-
now got 40 seconds to put a lot of bodies, and they're losing now the fourth cap.
It's
The
gonna
tanks need to
be
push in, and
a
you need
delicate-
bombs like that.
delicate balance here. I don't want to miss the cap, but I don't want to miss that. We'll go back in about 20 seconds and see if anybody spawns. Because FJ has overrun this point. I don't know that you can really afford. They did get the
Bombs
Gary
right
up, although the Gary just locked. It's unlocked.
The two heavies need to push in and sit in the hard cap. They've also got a Panzer II up there. All these tanks need to push in.
It is defending for now. If they can just push across and get this OP on the road from FJ, it's only one OP. They should be golden.
Looks like that Gary locked without anybody having spawned. We now have a 76 moving up and engaging.
Always taking hits.
I couldn't tell who got who first. 76 standing its ground.
But still a great game overall. Been really, really good.
Quick fly back here. Garrison's gone. Full Metal still alive. Garrison's gone.
A big shame from Full Metal there that he couldn't resist getting the MP40 out, because that squad lead had absolutely no idea.
Needed some trigger discipline there. Panzer going on a little bit of a joyride at the front there, trying to clear some OPs. And as we know, the Panzer II is very good armor. Berserker not being able to pen it unless it's directly in the front. You can track it though.
Well, I hitch on for a fun ride and they immediately stop and turn around.
Yeah.
276 is now pushing north here, trying to get around. I mean, this whole field's empty, so they can go west as far as.
I think the 76 just got hit by the other 76.
Whose bombing run is this?
This would be EGIJ.
Ooh, that's going to get a few, possibly? Ooh, I think they just got to the barn. The 76 took a hit now. Although he should be safe there.
The one thing about bombing runs, though, they don't take out the OPs. There's at least one there still. It's been up for maybe 5 to 10 minutes now, which is causing a lot of pain. If Because can push across here, that would be huge.
Yeah, he went into a 1v3 and got one of them. I think they know this 76 is on this side of this hedge. Already landed nearby too.
There was
We just saw the OP spawn here. This is the OP I think you're talking about.
Yep, the heavy's using it as a radar as well. 2 heavies.
One of the tigers went down. This 76 just killed one of the tigers. Kind of caught him off guard. Looks like...
OP went down. The front door OP went down to a grenade from Andrew.
Nice work.
That's a good play. And you can see the 76s are backing up now. They're, ooh, lucky that wasn't an engine shot. Are they gonna get another shot? It looks like no. Man, though, because they had him dead to rights with were on it. I think they hit turret, it looks like.
Yep, left cheek there.
Maybe they couldn't see the engine. Maybe there was something in the way, to be fair. But man, you see the back of a tank, and as a tank running, your eyes light up.
Yeah, but
Very good clear from the hard cap here. Completely wiped all of the FJOPs. Impressive defense.
agree.
Yeah, we can kind of look at the reset here. You can see they're pushing out, making progress. Still some work going on back here. Hoping for late game heroics.
You know, the map doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with how they pulled that back and have got their front door back again.
Yeah, that was a big swing there, I think, of momentum in the last couple minutes. We saw
Very
really,
cold.
I mean, when we had that Wheatfield Gary up, I mean, it was looking like the hard cap was overrun by FJ on rear battery. But credit to EGIJ, they got that Gary rebuilt and they just pushed him off. So 276s and one Tiger here in the north.
Going for double peak here.
Well, one of them just got hit, so he wants no part of that.
Tiger just whiffed.
Missed, I think. He's going to back up now. But he knows there's two different tanks there. Yeah, see, the injured one is going to come back and risk it.
Do you mind if we look and see if FJ have gotten anything in the back line at the moment?
Oh,
No,
there's
just
our
a
friend.
rogue SL. Yeah. But nothing crazy.
Let's see what he's up to down here. In the wheat. Standing on his OP with the old stopwatch out.
Waiting for a support player. There'll be a double box Gary here.
Is he lining up any Garys that we know of? He is
Doesn't
not.
look like it. We're seeing cap progress on rear battery and West Veerville. What the hell? How was there based off soft cap in the south? But did we see like a?
What have we got? What have
Oh,
we got?
whoa,
How do we miss this?
What have we got?
Okay, well, some things happened over here.
The defense is absolutely reeling. As a defensive person, I know I would be yelling right about now.
There's a recon spotter, so we can assume this has been flared. Obviously, the cap progress is going to tell you as well that there's some shit happening.
EGIJ needs to get rid of this tank ASAP to have Eddie Hazard captain this flank.
It's a good
Oh,
shot.
good hit. Enjoys the pen trick being able to pen from pretty much any angle.
And the tank commander's down now too, so
They'll be spreading out looking for Gary's, trying to clear it all up. The Mandrake.
Gary's open still, and they are kind of holding here on rear battery, so yeah, I mean we kind of missed the big spawn there, but we did see them getting that up, and then saw just a few moments later what happened.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd bonsai it, but they've clearly just had enough and want to get some pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been able to balance it pretty well too. They're not losing rear battery, although it's far from secure.
This Tiger and first the 276s is doing still happening. So no result yet. Both Artie players are very close in kills, so we've 128, 123. So both having pretty good games, and obviously with such a a map where people are moving and shifting, it's hard for arty players to get a lot of kills because obviously people are moving and
Who are our top deaths? Are they over 100 on deaths? Am I seeing that?
on death.
Those are both showing kills. Oh.
No, we're up to 62 deaths from Zeus. 61 from JG Fear as well.
Because has got the most at 67. The goat on you because.
It's pretty
Zeus doing some
even
great work.
in terms of kills in the top 10 shooters. There are
Oh, we
4
got some,
from JG, so it's quite even.
yeah. And both the arty players are only 4 apart, so yeah, very, very
Got
even
a cap
team.
race on our hands here, by the way.
I have been mistakenly showing top kills on both of the scoreboards instead of kills and deaths. But I will fix that later, if at all. See, I mean, it's kind of weird to see rear battery like this with both teams fighting over it with a lot fewer people than it was a few minutes ago, because now we're fighting over 2 points simultaneously instead of everybody in one place. So it's like, whereas before, like, yeah, they were capping rear battery, but you saw a lot more orange.
76 just goes down.
I think he just got double peaked there.
Double tapped. Yeah. Yep.
Great tank work.
And they're tucking in so they don't get double peaked, traded.
Both of them are heavily damaged.
Still one squad of FJs in the front here, just being a pest. There's loose on the front line, which is always scary. Zeus top scoring for the match, besides arty players.
Yeah, currently on 90 kills, Zeus, with 20 minutes left remaining.
And the rifleman. Yep. Both tanks are back up and healthy now. So we'll see them shortly peaking with 76. I think Wix has died, Terry.
No, he's still here. Maybe we don't hear his voice anymore, though.
Trying to fix something here. I'm sorry. Looks like cleared him up here.
Clearly clear. Is there any spawns left at all? No.
One at AA.
Good clear job by FJ. I think at this point in the match, when you've only got 20 minutes left, you can't really afford to be too loose with your defense. You'd want to send a lot more people back than you really need and make sure it's fully clear.
Nagat's OP just went down. So they're still using that OP, Recon and Spotter OP as a for the bonsai, but I don't think that's the right play. But obviously, he can put it in deeper positions, but he can't get spotters. He can't get support on his OPs or anything like that. So
yeah, you'd think he'd start to be moving towards West Veerville again now with the time on the clock. Kind of a bit of pressure there to get a spawn bomb going in the next couple of minutes.
they've got very little, if none, front door pressure. They're just sort of holding. They can't push across that. We've got three tigers. That's all. Have a look. They're trying to get a piece of the 76. I'd love to see a triple peak. That would be amazing. Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, it doesn't happen often, right? You don't usually have 3 tiger tanks or 3 76s in the same spot.
No, I mean, yeah, usually 2's enough. But I guess if you want to make them shit their pants, I mean, that'll do it. They're gonna AT gun up too. Can you imagine?
I'm just gonna have a look at this. Just gonna peek here. Just absolutely rinsed.
You know, I'm pretty
AT
sure I
gun
saw a
ping?
video the
Tiger
other
ping?
day of a P strike getting 3 heavy tanks at once. I'm not sure which team that was against, but I don't know if that's been done before on stream.
There was a few seasonals ago. There was in the it was SGN Say Goodnight, the Chinese team at the time, against TL and SGN. P Strike got 2 heavy tanks and a medium.
Was that on Foy?
That was on Foy Dugout.
Yeah, I
Barn.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
one.
City and I casted that one, and then the
Yeah,
match.
it was,
then,
yeah.
then the server crashed after that. But in that case, the medium was empty. It was out of ammo and had just been abandoned. So, but I mean, it still got 3 tanks.
Still pretty good. We'll
So
take it.
I don't know what's going on with all the tanks up there. I don't want to spend too much time lingering. I mean, I want to look at the map actually. I know we've spent a lot of time because I was fixing it, but I want to take a look at it because we've kind of seen the line reset here. There's no more cheese dicking in F5 anymore, at least not at the current moment. Although there are some potential cheese dickers in the south, so.
They've been pushed very far south now.
Yeah.
They're trying to launch off of Artie Battery, which is really not ideal.
That might have been the one shot, but we'll see. 18 minutes left. They still have time.
We do see a huge spawn from EG at the top of the map in the wheat field. I don't know. Are they going for a straight up run across the field W key? I think they're trying to get the classic MG on the mansion. Be saying no to that. Yeah, that's such a strong.
Are they artying him? He just one arty round landed and he runs away towards the arty.
Here's the MG you want to be seeing. The rest of the match, he'll be just sitting here the next 17 minutes.
Yeah, the tank has turned around too. It was pointed the other way. Oh, there's a Tiger moving up. Now we got 2 76s on one Tiger, maybe. Tiger moved back. Another Tiger moving up. Shot going in. Tiger's got a tank simp.
Oh, it does too. That was a weird meta back then. It was like a few months where that was the meta. Tank sims. That was a weird flare, just to see the north of the map. Maybe it was just to get locations of these tanks.
Okay, are we gonna see the rare 3v3 here? Like, we got a mini, like, Milsim tank battle match going on here in the middle of this one.
Is this War Thunder or Hell Let Loose?
We will be watching the 3v3 tank battle for the next 16 minutes.
Look at this. Look, come on. I want to see
It really doesn't ever happen, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Like, yeah.
These two are in tandem. One of the 76s had enough. He's going for it.
I mean, he's going to get an angle on this one in the field, and he's in the middle of a field, so...
He's looking at that opening, though. That Tiger is looking at that opening, so we could... Whoever gets the fastest trigger here. Instant take, both shot each other.
Well, and the 76 pussies out.
Who has the faster reloading time?
They're the same.
No,
They're the exact same.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's a matter of where you hit them, and it could have just been a trade kill.
Well, I mean, if you're FJ2 and you're thinking, like, I don't need to kill this guy, right? Like, we're up 3-2, you know. Yeah. He can play it safe Maybe that's the thinking, or maybe he wasn't sure who got first hit. It really did seem like a simultaneous shot. Or
Yeah.
pretty close. And I mean, shit, you can trade at that range too. Like even if you're not on the exact, like it's possible to trade at pretty close range in this game. The problem now is, and this is maybe what the 76 was thinking too, he's going to re-peak having repaired. The Tiger is sitting in the open. There's nothing he can do.
There we go. Got it.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, oh my
Couple
god.
of
Two
these strikes today.
2 Tigers go down.
That's a dick punch if ever I've
No.
seen one.
No 76s. Yeah, poor Tiger. If he wasn't playing passive before, he's definitely not going to be peeking at the corner ever again.
That's man, that's a tough break there.
These 76s are going straight WT right now.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for something maybe, we'd never seen before, the 3v3, but it really, the 3v3 breaks up with a 1v1 and a P-strike. So, a little bit anticlimactic there. Ooh, cap progress on rear battery. Sorry, I was going to flip back to West Rearville because I'm an idiot, but...
Oh, good hit on the Gary at the top.
On a Gary, yeah. 376 hunting.
They're all trying to get an angle on this last Tiger.
Pretty terrifying. I mean, if you were an infantry for EGIJ and you saw 3 heavies coming over the berm like this.
Yeah. I'm not sure I would believe my infantry. Like, there's 376s pushing. Like, can you guys count again? Because
I don't believe you.
Cap progress now that these guys are starting to push up.
So Tiger has not even shot back yet. They're halfway reloaded.
Ricochet.
This is there you
he's
go.
dead.
Great tank play in the last 5 minutes or so by FJ.
Really strong.
Did they just shoot the carcass? Just to add insult to injury. Support players like, yeah, I don't think I need to hammer this rep station anymore.
More progress on the mid cap again. Is there another spawn bomb? No, just a little bit of just one or two.
Yeah, maybe more product of FJ just kind of going all in on this cap.
Yeah.
Slide back over here. They are kind of holding on here. We'll keep an eye on that, but I don't think that's serious. I don't think that's a serious threat to mid right now. I think that's FJ's just flexed people out of the sector. Now that they know, they're going to flex them back. .76 I don't know what. So they eliminated all the Tigers, and now they're turning their attention somewhere else. At least 2 of them are. I'm not sure what the idea is here. Wipe all the Tigers and then drive away.
Zeus still absolutely carbon up.
Ooh, he did get satcheled.
Oh, he does have a spicy lunchbox.
Is he going to be able to get it off?
He should be able to.
He's got the haircut for it.
He has got the sick haircut.
He's engined, though.
Work.
And he's getting shot by a Tiger.
Trading one misfortune for another. Unlucky.
Unfortunate spot where he had to take that satchel off. It was right in a sort of alleyway where he could get shots on.
Yeah. Do you see the Tiger moving up now? Coming out of HQ. Getting down to the final 10 minutes here. Well, let's look at the map again real quick. We still have, EG's, EGJG's backline guys. They got a recon spotter back here. They have a recon tank back here.
He might just be there to cause distraction.
I'm intrigued.
Be annoying.
hell is he? He's right here. Hiding. Engines on, though, not running silent. We've seen Andreev playing infantry most of this game, so I'm kind of curious if this is maybe I don't know. I don't know what they'd be doing back here. Could be effective if you're trying to get this red zone up. Although this looks like it's
Look how many have been spawned back to deal with,
Yeah,
3 or 4
FJ.
infantry. The call went out in command chat. There's 10 minutes left. There's no way that we don't, spawn back half the team and just deal with it, clear it out.
Is FJ in the past have done this? Can't believe you've done this, where they've just sort of given up defending with 10 minutes ago and lost games. So it's really pleasing to see they've sort of cleaned up those
On Omaha
errors in
too,
their play.
funnily enough.
It was.
well, you can see that EG's now kind of taking that ground. Which, if you're FJ, I'm sure you're happy to trade this ground for the ground south of West Veerville right now, because still a lot of open fields to cross here. Even if it's one fewer than it was a few minutes ago, you're running on 7 minutes of time. It's going to take them longer than that, most likely, to cross this, especially being down on tanks, too.
Yeah. I think the tanks have been the big difference in this game. They've been really, really strong from FJ. And I don't like saying that, but yes, they have been. So,
Pull up the map real quick, just see where we're at. I did get it fixed, so our top deaths is Fear with 80. 80 deaths. Good for him.
so just having a look at the sort of bracket, obviously, this looks like it's going to be a 3-2 to FJ. They go to play either the winner of Greyhounds or Chimera, which is being played.
Whoever that might be.
Interesting. What about the other team? What does the losers bracket look like?
So EGIJ goes on to play the loser of that game. So one faces Greyhounds and one faces Chimera.
Yeah, very good.
Panzer IV down here, moving on the Stuart potentially.
I think there is another game happening right now as we speak, also with MT and Balls Air Force.
No, that's tomorrow,
tomorrow.
same time.
Tomorrow.
Wix will actually be streaming that, I believe.
I'll be streaming that one as well.
You lucky ducky.
Ooh, look at that
Oh,
ricochet.
massive Rick.
Into the ozone layer, that one.
Yeah, let's get a fizzle. Fizzle, fizzle.
An airhead coming in for
Oh, they're
EGIJ.
trying.
Is that the
Oh,
first?
we're
I
running
mean,
cover?
that might be the
it is.
I
first
haven't heard any
airhead.
others. Yeah, I really haven't heard any others go over at all.
Right.
Although the bombing run is not going to cover the airhead, so it might be landing unsupported. It will already be marked by Eason here, who's running towards it.
Airheads in comp play are very meh.
They need to be supported by infantry, ideally, because you end up with a situation like this.
Yeah, they're more of a reinforcing tool than a attacking tool. Sort of.
That is a pretty good placement.
Yeah, the tank takes it out. Airhead
Obviously,
down.
seems to be most likely prepared, trying to put it right in the bush and tucked in there. And if it
Well,
went
it's
in
good,
unseen,
right?
it would be a good spot. You gotta attempt it. I mean, there's no reason to hold anything back, but unfortunately, yeah, it's just too hard to get by most players. Most comp players are kind of attuned to the sound of that plane, and everyone's gonna call it out, and everyone's gonna look up.
Correct. It was a really good placement, but it wasn't supported. It looks like they did have Artie on it, so that was what their plan was. Obviously, to support it with a bit of Artie.
Weren't
But the
counting on
tank
the
got in.
Greyhound, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see 376 is in frame here, and
Was something just down?
I don't know if that was the P4, Panzer
FJ
4.
Airhead now, by the way. They're doing the same thing that EGIJ just did.
Straight into the hard cut. A little bit of trolling. We partake in a little bit of trolling.
I do think it's
Just
funny
one
to not hear any airheads for the whole game, and then for both teams to try that last minute, see what happens. Bombing run to
just one of those.
cover the airhead here, but though
This is one of the ones where they try and puts it through the hole in the
brings up
It
a fair
is.
amount of infantry with this bombing run. Be interested to see if it lands here.
This is one where it falls through the hole. Yep.
Smoke artillery to cover. No, Dubins knows all about it.
Very good. Two very good placements for airheads. For those watching at home.
76 diving, full not give a fuck mode.
Added fat to cat. I haven't seen him in the tank yet, so he's probably just going in for the ride.
He's been tanking all game.
Has he?
Yeah.
I must have seen him when he was waiting for it heavy. Oh, another Rick. I know he is a rep for FJ, so.
And he's a streamer
Good
too.
hit. Oh,
Streamed
boom.
streamed a lot of HC matches.
Medium pushing in.
Here comes
76.
some last minute push just for funds.
30 seconds to go.
So there's no overtime. It takes 2 minutes to cap. So once we hit, we're gonna know the outcome. Although I think if you look at the map and have a couple brain cells, then you've kind of figured out the outcome already. Rear battery progress comes in pre the 2 minute mark. So that's that's outcome not in doubt. It's at least a 3-2 for FJ. Maybe they can get rear battery. Probably not.
I don't think it will happen, to be honest. EGIJ should be putting everything into defense and just making sure they can just take the 2-3.
A huge spawn in the front door there. Yeah.
It's already over. They've decapped enough. I mean, we saw EGIJ right on this building here. Got the opening truck snipe on the out of bounds truck route right here. That was a good play. Helped them cap mid. They did. I don't know. Did mid go back and forth like once each? FJ recapped about 10 minutes later. Did EGIJ cap again? Not sure that they did. But we saw that recap early on, and then, man, the story for the last hour or so has just been, FJ slowly pushing them back to rear battery, threatening rear battery several times. And then really the only real threat to West Veerville after probably like the hour mark of the game was we saw that red zone garrison in the south where they got a big spawn wave off, and that was a good try, but ultimately unsuccessful.
Yeah, correct. That would have been a better time to overrun there. Use probably that airhead is reinforced until FJ have completely wiped the point, but it's going to be a 3-2 to FJ.
Yes, we didn't really talk about at the opening maybe who we thought would win this, but I'm not surprised it was a close match. I think these are both pretty solid teams that we just saw a solid game out of. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
agree.
totally.
If anything, I feel like EGJG far exceeded what I thought they'd do, and I was very impressed with their defense, like their tank play and their ability to sort of come back from what looked like a certain cap. So yeah.
Yeah, agreed. I think I didn't know who would win this, and it was very good to watch both. I've seen a lot of FJ, but I have not seen a lot of EGJG. Still old EG, but obviously this is a reincarnation. But yeah, very great game. Great defense. Really good defense.
like we said a couple times, this is a double elimination. So if you look at the bracket, which I'm showing right now, FJ as the winner is going to go up to the top of week 2, and they're going to play in match 9 there against the winner of Greyhounds Chimera, and JG is going to go to match 13, and they're going to play the loser of Greyhounds Chimera, as Icon said earlier. So nobody's out yet. There's still opportunities for both teams to make a run here. But congratulations to Fallschirmjäger on getting the opening win, the opening match of seasonal 2025, winter seasonal 2025. There's going to be the week 1 is really taking place over 2 weekends, so there's going to be more matches this weekend, including tomorrow. I'm casting 8 a.m. Eastern, the MT and Bulls Air Force, and check the seasonal Discord for the rest of the schedule. So there's going to be other week matches next week, including Helios GBI. So we'll be meeting on Utah Beach in about a week. So I'm looking forward to that. Terry, any final thoughts on the match here or the tournament ahead?
No, I agree with what you said. Like it is a double elimination, and there are more opportunities. But I think it's nice to have somewhat of a shorter format than previous. So yeah, even though there is a chance of getting knocked out quite early, we should still see like a lot of really good matches between now and then. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you for having me. It's a very good game that we watched tonight.
Icon, any parting thoughts?
No, I agree. It was a very interesting game. Obviously, the first half an hour was quite back and forth until sort of that one last push by FJ to sort of clear them out of their soft cap sector. Really saw them take control of the game in a real good stranglehold. There's a lot of great matches still to come in this tournament. And obviously, once we get to the big bosses, we'll see the hard teams really come out to play. But um, yeah, Helios GBI next week will be a classic GBI versus Helios. Be great to see. Thanks for
Yep.
having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. We're looking forward to that and all the other matches. But that's going to do it for me and us here. FJ taking the 3-2 win, opening match of seasonal. Thanks for watching, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Welcome to this is match 1. I'm doing this again. This is the third time now I've streamed the opening match of an HCA or a seasonal. I don't know why that is, but I just realized as I'm kind of saying this, I'm doing it again. So I wanted to start off looking at the bracket here. But if you've ever watched any one of my streams before, you know I'm never doing this alone. So I'd like to introduce my co-casters with me here today. Both of them from Gary Busters Incorporated. First, Terry, how you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm pretty excited to be here, first time. So, yeah, keen for it to get started.
And also from GBI, her teammate Icon.
Hey, everybody. Pretty, yeah, like Terry said, very excited to be here. This is my first time officially casting, so should be good.
Well, welcome. We're looking here at the week one and the bracket as it continues on. And since we're the first match here, I just wanted to start kind of looking at how this is going to go. So you can kind of see, winners play winners, losers play losers, and then by week three, they start mixing up. This is a double elimination tournament, so you have to lose twice before you're out. After week four, I guess you could say the bosses enter the ring, and ESPT and WTH kind of start their tournament run a little bit later than the others, just to allow us mere mortals to play around in the sandbox a little bit, so to speak. But looking at week one here, a lot of interesting matchups, I think. But I want to ask you guys, starting with Icon. I mean, is there anything in week one that you're really looking forward to, or that you think is going to be a good match, or a team that maybe you've seen around the scrim circuit that you're curious to see how they perform in a tournament?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, Zoo being the new sort of reformed refuse, bit of this, bit of that. It'd be good to see what they're like in a tournament setting. They've had a few scrims with some fairly good results. Um, so it'd be good. I reckon the Zoo Sin match is going to be very, very good because obviously Sin picked up a lot of the MS players, the machine soldiers, so who that have really bolstered their ranks and really made them quite a strong team, stronger than I think people are realizing, to be quite honest. But yeah, that'll be my matchup for the week is the Zoo Sim game.
Terry, what do you think?
I mean, personally, I'm pretty excited just for the first week of matchups because pretty much all of the matchups here are like equal and it could go either way for all of the matches here. I've put my predictions in, won't give them away, but I think it's going to be very, very even across the bracket.
Yeah, I think that's good, and credit to the organizers for. I mean, this is I think what people want. They want to see even matchups, and teams signing up kind of want to have a chance, to have a win, right? Eventually, the teams are going to distinguish themselves one way or another. That's just the way it is. So some teams have to lose, but early on, it's always good to get to have some really close matches, and I think we have that. But I agree with one of the matches. Icon pointed out Syndicate. And Zoo. I think are two teams that one of them underwent a name change and added some new players. Syndicate obviously added a lot of new players too, so it's going to be really interesting to see that match. I think that's two teams that are going to be stronger than we saw them in their last iteration. So they start off against each other, and then we'll see how they go during the tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to bring us over to where we are going to be in this match. You saw it on the bracket there, and now you see it on the top of the scoreboard here. We have the Eastern Group, Jaeger Group,